G'day guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Welcome to my NRL round 3 tips. Can you believe that 2 whole rounds of rugby league have been and gone? A lot of teams are 1-1, some teams are none and 2, some teams are 2-0. But in this video, I'm going to be getting into my round 3 tips. It is a very difficult round to tip this round. It's a great round with some rivalry, multicultural round. Let's get into my NRL round 3 tips. The first game is on Thursday night at 8 o'clock. This game is in Wollongong WIN Stadium. The Dragons very unlucky against the Penrith Panthers in Norm Proven's farewell match. The Dragons to cover the line, being the best bet on the channel last week, getting up for that one for you guys. As for the Dragons, George Burgess looks like he is out. He's in jersey number 24. Got some personal issues going on there at the moment. Daniel Alvaro has been named for the Dragons. However, he is in the reserves for the Dragons side. Andrew McCulloch is out. It's a huge loss. So Moses Mbai will shift into the number 9 jersey. As for Cronulla, they do have some big outs. The match winner last week where they win on the buzzer pretty much. Teague Wilton is out for this match. And Ronaldo Mulitalo, who had a fantastic game last week, is also out. Now, once again, I mentioned that this round has a bit of rivalry, which is exciting. The Dragons and Sharks, it's a big rivalry game. 2 teams that are slightly in form. I think the Sharks are slightly more in form, but I give the Dragons a bit of a chance here. But for tipping purposes, I know this game isn't a home game for the Sharks, but I think the Sharks will win, and I think they'll win well. So I'm actually going to tip Cronulla to win by 20. I think that they looked good last week in moments, and I think they can put a full 70 minutes perform. I feel like no one can put an 80-minute performance in just yet. It's too early. But I feel like the Sharks will be able to score points, and they've got a strong attack, and they will do a lot better than they did last week. The only thing that probably lets it down is the goal kicking of Nicho Hynes. He scores the match-winning goal last week, but how many goals did he miss? So I've got the Sharks scoring 34 points to 14 in this game. I like the back rower, Britton Nakora, to score the first try for this game. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Sharks by 20 to start the round. Could be anything. It's the West Tigers at Campbelltown up against the New Zealand Warriors. 2 teams that are desperate for a win at this point of the season. Let's have a look at the team lineups. I know Jackson Hastings will probably be out for this game. He has been named in the side, but I doubt he'll be there. Kelma Tuolangi is out for the Tigers. Ash Taylor is out for the Warriors. So Chanel Harris-Tavita and Cody Nikorima, the old halves, are back in the halves pairing for that one. As for the ins, Jack Murchie has been named on the reserves 18th man for the New Zealand Warriors. Ben Murdoch-Marcilla in jersey number 20 as well on the reserves. And as for the Tigers, looks like James Tarmow returns to the side in the starting side in jersey number 8. And Jacob Little has been named in the number 9 jersey. Now, it's a flip of a coin, it really is. Both these teams haven't had the best start to 2021. For the Warriors, looked decent in round 1 against the Dragons, or the Tigers looked decent in round 1, but both of these sides just didn't show me much last week. The Tigers didn't show me anything at all. They went from $4 into $2.80 for the wooden spoon, and I think they'll get flogged in this game. I think that the Warriors 13 plus at $3.75 is a steal of a price. I think the Warriors will win this game. They were $1.90 each the other way, but now the Warriors have gotten the favourites, and deservedly so. I like the Warriors to win this game, 22 points to 6. I think the Warriors still have a good defensive outfit for the most part. They were a bit leaky in their points last week, letting 20 points in against the Titans, but I just don't see much for the Tigers. I know they're at home at Campbelltown, but I think they're in for a long season. I think the Warriors will score first through Adam Pompey, and I think the Tigers will go down by 16 and score 1 try on Friday night. Now, the next game sees the Sydney Roosters playing the Rabbitohs at Accor Stadium, ANZ. The Rabbitohs, the home team here. Rabbitohs were not great against Melbourne, but towards the end, they came back into the game. Latrell Mitchell kicked a 48-metre field goal to tie it up, a 2-point field goal. Very good ending to that game of footy, but the Rabbitohs shot themselves in the foot way too many times. Liam Knight has been named on the bench for the Rabbitohs. As for the Roosters, Adam Curran has been named in jersey number 22. So pretty much unchanged for this one, besides Tan Milne coming into the wing for Jackson Paulo last week for the Rabbitohs. And Cameron Murray has been named to start after coming off the bench for Havili last week. Thought Havili had a really good game against the Melbourne Storm. He's not one of the best players in the league in my opinion, but I really like what I saw of him. So under Jason Dimitri, he's definitely getting the best out of him. So good on him. But the Rabbits came close. Roosters obviously flogged Manly. I'm going to go with the Roosters to win this and win quite well here, but not too bad. I'm going to go with the Roosters by 14. I think that the Roosters, they have learned a lot from that round 1 loss, and they started really fast against Manly, and I think the same thing will happen here. I'm going to take their big bopper, Victor Radley, to score the first try of the match, and the Roosters to win 30 points to 16. I think South's attack will be a lot better and they'll get through the Roosters. I don't think this will be a low scoring game, so one of my best bets for the week is going to be over 38 points on Friday night between the Roosters and the Rabbits. I think both of these teams are capable of scoring plenty of points, so I'm going to have the Roosters to win 30 points to 16 on that rivalry game on Friday. Looking forward to it. This next game is an absolute cracker. It's a top of the table clash between the Newcastle Knights and the Penrith Panthers. Who would have predicted the Newcastle Knights being on top of the ladder at the start of the season? Absolutely outrageous. Nathan Cleary has been named in jersey number 24 and has a chance of an early return for the Penrith Panthers. That would be a huge in, but they do lose Brian To'o for this game. James Fisher-Harris has been named in jersey number 10 as well. He has a niggling injury, but Brian To'o looks to be out for 6 to 8 weeks. The Knights lose Lachlan Fitzgibbon. The Knights obviously beat the Tigers 26 points to 4. They beat the Roosters in round 1, so they've been a really solid defensive outfit, and they haven't conceded many points at all. This is going to be a huge test for them at Bathurst, and the Penrith Panthers, they're playing with a lot of confidence. They've got some great young guns in Sean O'Sullivan, Isaac Targo, and then you've got players off the bench like Scott Sorensen. And they're going up against the likes of Leo Thompson, who had a great game last week. Matt Croker was fantastic as well. Jacob Clifford is one of the leaders of the Dally M at the moment, and for deservedly so. Him and Clune have been very underrated as a halves pairing to start the season. I think if Cleary plays, the Panthers win, and they probably win better than this scoreline, but I really like the Panthers to win this game quite low scoring. I'm going to go 20 points to 14. I think Penrith will be a little bit too good for Newcastle. I don't mind the Newcastle line of 10.5. I think that the $4 you're getting for Newcastle is an outstanding price. I feel like they should be around that $3 mark, $1.38 for the Panthers, but I can understand based on recent years. They played a great game a few years back where it was a draw. In this game, I think Penrith will win, but Newcastle have had an amazing start to the season, so who knows. And I'm going to go with Dylan Edwards, the fullback for the Penrith Panthers, to score the first try of this match. The Panthers to win by 6. The next game, which I'm dreading that I won't be at, I really want to go to Amy Park. I can't. I've been trying to work it out all week. I know I said I wouldn't be there, but I've been trying so hard. So if you see me there, awesome. But it won't happen unless a magic carpet ride from Aladdin appears. But Melbourne Storm taking on my Parramatta Eels. We lost at the death. We were not good against the Sharks. Parramatta were not good in that first half. But in the second half, they came out firing. Thought they were a very good side in that second half. Love what I saw of Makahesi Makatoa. Love what I saw of Wonga Blake. He was getting very involved on the wing. I thought he had a fantastic game. And Isaiah Papali'i as well as Mitchell Moses. Now, as for the Storm, they had a nice win against the Rabbitohs, 15-14, almost got into jail when Latrell Mitchell kicked a 2-point field goal to send it into Golden Point. We have a good record against the Storm in recent years, but we have a shocking record at Amy Park. We are $3 for this match. Harry Grant has been ruled out due to COVID, so he has been named on this side, but he will not be playing. I'm going to guess that Tyrone Wishart will probably come in for him, which will probably bring maybe Nick Meaney into the side potentially, if you've got him for Supercoach. Jacob Arthur, who didn't even play last week but was on an extended bench, has been ruled out for a few weeks with, I think it was appendicitis, if I'm not mistaken. And then as for the Storm, they've still got their halves pairing in Munster, Hughes, Xavier Coates, Dean Iremaya on that jersey number 2 for George Jennings, who is probably out for the season, I think. So yeah, this is a really interesting game. We've got Nathan Brown back at lock for this game as well, which I think is a huge boost for us. Going down to Melbourne is always a tough trip. I feel like we can score plenty of points here, and I feel like we can definitely beat the Storm. I know that form probably hasn't said so, but then again, you look at us start last year against the Broncos, and then we beat the Storm at Bankwest. Rain came into account, though. We ended their streak as well at Suncorp. I'm going to tip the Storm here. It hurts to tip against Parra. I'm going to tip Melbourne in a close game. I feel like it'll be high scoring. I'm going to go the 2020 grand final score, 26 points to 20. I feel like the Storm will score first, and I'm going to take Jerome Hughes to score the first try. The Storm to win by 6. I did like the line of Parramatta plus 7.5. It's moved to 4.5. I wouldn't be touching. The next game sees the Gold Coast Titans making the trip to GIO Stadium at Canberra. Canberra were dreadful against the Cowboys last week. I thought they'd win and win well, but no, unfortunately not. It was the Cowboys getting a laugh, 26-6 over them. James Skiller is out for this game. Sebastian Chris is out, as Jordan Rapana and Nick Kotrick are both back for the Raiders. Tomoko and Valame in the centres. Brad Snyder returns from COVID protocols as well for the side. Matt Frawley retains a spot in jersey number 14 via the bench. Xavier Savage in jersey number 18, 18th man. And then as for the Gold Coast Titans, Jermaine Asako, effective immediately for the season. He has been named in jersey 22. So Titans signed Asako today. He's been named in jersey number 22. I don't know where he fits into that side, so I don't think he will play. As for the Titans, they got the win against the Warriors, 20 points to 18 last week. AJ Brimson with a fantastic match. Bo Fermor with a fantastic start to the season as well. For him, going to be a tough ask for the Titans in Canberra. Probably going to be pretty cold on Saturday night. Ricky's going to fire the boys up. They get Rapana and Kotrick back. But you know what? I'm going to tip it up here. I'm going to tip the Gold Coast Titans. Last time they went to Canberra, they won the game, I think, 44 points to 8 or something like that. I think they'll win here, but I don't think they'll win well. I feel like it'll be another 2-point victory for the Titans. I feel like it'll be low scoring here in Canberra as well. So I'm going to take the Titans to win 18 points to 16. I like the centre, Matt Tomoko from the Raiders, to score the first try of the match. Titans pull off an upset this round by 2. There's another huge rivalry match. It is the Broncos and the Cowboys, the two Queensland teams, sometimes create a golden point thriller. I'd love to see one of those games again, but I feel like the Broncos were a little bit in front in form in the Cowboys. We'll wait and see. Based on how the Cowboys played last week, they really could give it to Brisbane. Brisbane have been struggling to score points, but they have been obviously winning games starting the season, 2 wins and no losses. As for the Broncos, Jordan Pereira has been named for the side. It looks like he is in the side. I'm just trying to work out where he is. He's in jersey number 21. Tyson Gamble has been named in jersey 20. Mitchell Dunn's season is over. Very unfortunate for the Cowboys back rower there. Ben Condon has been named in jersey 22. Brandon Elliott in the 21. Scott Drinkwater still in the reserves in jersey number 19. Hylam Lukey drops to the bench in jersey 15 with Jeremiah Nanai in jersey number 12. Great game. Great game. It's at Suncorp Stadium. It's always a good game. I tipped the Cowboys for the wooden spoon, so it's interesting because I don't think they'll get it anymore, especially what I saw last week. I thought they had a really good performance. They've still got a great squad, and Brisbane, they can't win every game, but I think they'll win here. I feel like Brisbane's winning streak will continue. I'm going to tip the Broncos to win by 10. I think it'll be a 1-12 victory for Brisbane. I don't think they'll win 13 plus, but in front of a home crowd, I think they'll be a little bit too good. I'm going to take the Broncos to win 26 points to 16. I like Adam Reynolds to score the first try of this match, his first try in Brisbane colours. Thought he had a nice little game against the Dogs, but I think he'll have a bigger impact here in such a big game. I like the Cowboys to score. Yeah, if the Cowboys are around that 12 for total points, let me know what they are in the comments. I'd probably take them for overs in regards to over 12 points. I wouldn't take them for like 20 or something. I don't think they'll score 20. So 26 to 16 in favour of the Bronco in the second last game of the round. And the final game sees the Manly Sea Eagles up against the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs, the new look Bulldogs. They have got a win in round 1, a loss in round 2. They were very close to tying the game in round 2 as well. They've been playing okay, but still not great. I don't think they look like a bottom 2 side right now, so I think it's pretty harsh that people have been saying that. I can understand the drop in price of the wooden spoon compared to some other teams, but anyway, as for Manly, they're also they're 0-2 to start the season. They're at home. They should win this game convincingly, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think Manly will win, but I don't think they'll win convincingly. I'm going to tip Manly straight up. I'm going to tip Manly Seagulls to win by 12. I'm going to go with 26 points to 14. I think they're really struggling in their attack, the Sea Eagles. I think Tom Trbojevic will have a better game, but still not an X-factor game. I don't think he'll be man of the match or anything this week. Maybe score a try, but I feel like he's going to take a little bit to get the ground running. But Manly should win at Lotto Land at 4 Pines Park on Sunday against the Bulldogs. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bulldogs got up, but I'm pretty safe with that Manly price of $1.30. I think the Sea Eagles win 26 to 14. I think Ruben Garrick will score the first try on Sunday afternoon to finish off a great round. Let's get into the betting segment. So I put up some bets on Instagram later in the week, 2 bets normally, and we're currently 4-0 on that best bet, so make sure you check that out. But I'm going to go with a 4-leg multi for the round here. I'm going to go with the Sharks head-to-head, the Roosters head-to-head, Penrith Panthers head-to-head, and the Manly Sea Eagles head-to-head. That gets you $4.59. I like that price. That's going to be my 4-team legger for the week. I think it's fairly safe for the most part. Could be an upset for the round though. And then I like the total points to be over 38 for the Roosters and Rabbitohs. Great game of great round of footy coming up. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your tips in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I'll see you guys later.